The word rapture is not found in the King James Bible. So since it's not found there, let's consider what the etymologists at Wikipedia have to say about the origin of the word. Shall we? They say rapture is derived from Middle French rapture via the Middle Latin raptura, seizure, rape, kidnapping. From Latin raptus, a carrying off. Now let's go to Webster's Revised Unabridged Dictionary, 1913. Definition. Rapture, to transport with excitement, to enrapture. The state or condition of being rapt or carried away from oneself by agreeable excitement, violence of a pleasing passion, extreme joy or pleasure, ecstasy. A spasm, a fit, a syncope, delirium. A seizing by violence, a hurrying along rapidly with violence. So now let's consider what it says in Matthew chapter 24, verses 28 to 31, because a lot of these people who sell this rapture, the established church prostitutes, tend to relate the rapture to these verses, or some of these verses. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So we can see how their violent rape works out for them, the carcasses, who might pay tithe dues so they can sin all week. Isn't that what that's for? So after the tribulation, the elect are gathered. And before that, the eagles gather round the carcass. That reminds me of Revelation 19 a bit, verses 17 and 18. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come, and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. Here's another few verses that the established church hookers, false church, sell in harlot church with regard to their rapture. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 13 to 17. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So God will bring the righteous who died, he will bring them with him. And those of us who are alive and remain at his coming shall not prevent the others who were righteous. After the tribulation. Jeremiah 16:4. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, that they shall be as the dung upon the face of the earth. And they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. But God will make peace with the righteous. He makes peace with the righteous, and he protects his elect.